Bankruptcy looms for Stockton, California.
At this time last year, there were 29 homicides.
Our new foreclosure numbers out this morning show Stockton and Modesto packing a 1-2 punch atop a nationwide list.
In the heart of Central California lies one of the hardest hit areas of the recession, the city of Stockton.
Camps are growing in Stockton, just a block away from the downtown waterfront.
And there wasn't one moment that I was deep in the jungle, we were out there, that I felt unsafe. One of the most difficult decisions that I've had to make in my life, and that was file bankruptcy. And that's not something that I pride myself on, and I wish I would have never had to do it. But it was something that I had to do at the time. It was just in the best interest of my family and the future of our family, and I had to choose. You know, was I going to continue to provide for my family through that corporate position that I had, or was I going to give up that corporate position to try to make the family business work in the midst of the Great Recession? Even my parents taught me when I was young is that when there's no level of success without failure, and it's not how many times that you fall, but it's how many times you get back up, and it's what did you learn from that experience. Because I'm a firm believer, and this is something that my wife and I instill in our kids, is that it's okay to make a mistake, but just don't make the same mistake over and over again. What do you feel is the greatest need right now? As you know, somebody that's with a small business here in town, a restaurant, just need to reopen.
We have live shows all the time here, and we can't have live shows, which hurts us like dramatically in our sales, and just having the community involvement, which really hurts us emotionally, because this is why we created this cafe, is for our community to come together.
What are some of the things that the community can do, or maybe even the city could do to help small business?
I believe the city, to help small business owners, is to incentivize people to come in, more exposure for small businesses, so other people can come in from other cities and want to support and want to keep the city alive. And what keeps the city alive are small businesses. Small business is what drives in the local economy.
We need to make sure that we streamline the permitting processes, and we cut burdensome fees and regulations so that we can stimulate our economy, and we can attract more business into our community, so we can provide livable wage jobs and more economic opportunity for all Stocktonians. The whole idea and the whole goal behind why we do what we do and why we should work so hard for our community is to create a better quality of life for all Stocktonians.
Fire broke out at a homeless encampment underneath I-5 in Stockton.
This is an up-close look at this morning's fireball at its biggest and most intense. A fire burning stacks of plastic containers at a tomato packing plant off D Street in Stockton.
The mayor is the full-time individual. I think that he tends to deal in social issues, whereas the mayor, from my understanding and from my belief, really should be focused on the city. We have rampant homeless circumstances. We have a terrible problem with dumping.
There's a lot of causes, but the first one is losing a job, drugs, mental health.
Homeless count has increased here in Stockton and the entire county.
Plan for Stockton is to address the homeless crisis that's been plaguing our city for a long time. We need to take additional steps and take action, like standing up low barrier shelters. It's not compassionate to allow our homeless community to wither on the street right now and live in the conditions that they're living. And so people can have a place to go to and to get the services that they need, the navigation type of services to help them with substance abuse, or if they're struggling with mental illness, or if they're just genuinely find themselves on tough times. We have these locations for them to go to so that they can get the help that they need. The people of Stockton have felt disenfranchised, they felt marginalized. There's been a huge level of distrust, and I want to be that individual that will come in and that will lead our city, that will build bridges of trust, increase transparency, and return the voice back to the people of Stockton.